Okay, so next topic, inflation naman tayo. So inflation refers to the general increase in the prices of goods and services over time, which results in the decrease of the purchasing power of the money. So this means that as inflation rises, each unit of currency buys fewer goods and services. So inflation is measured as an annual percentage increase, and we can estimate the value or the cost of a commodity using this formula, which is the future cost is equal to present cost 1 plus f raised to n, where f is the annual inflation rate. So as you can see here, that our formula for inflation is just the same sa concept of compound interest, wherein instead of I, what we are going to use here is the annual inflation rate. So the concept, of course, yung concept natin for inflation is just the same dun sa time value of money. Wherein, so if we're talking about the interest, the value of our money now is different from the value in the future because of the interest rate. And of course, for our economy and market, inflation is also important. And it also changes the value of how we can avail some items now than in the future. So using this formula or concept of interest or compound interest, we can also apply those same formula here is inflation, where the concept of time value is also applicable. So aside from interest rate, so we have discussed a lot of rates here. So meron tayong interest rate, compound interest rate, nominal rate. So we also have inflation rate. So we have discussed a lot of these all throughout our lecture 2, and we still going to use those rates until the end of our course. So ngayon, you're already familiar with inflation. Inflation is everywhere, di ba? So we can hear this term or this word sa news, and also even when we buy something like hamburger. So as you can see, the price of hamburger or the ingredients or yung ingredients of the hamburger from 2021 to 2022 increased a lot significantly. So we have 10.1 for the rolls, lettuce 12.7 increase. So sometimes the inflation can be, I mean, yung inflation kasi yun na yung overall for all the consideration. Sometimes it is more of national economic yung basis. But for more product specific, the term that we use is what we call the consumer price index. So here, meron din tayo nito sa PSA. Ito yung nagiging basis natin to calculate for the overall inflation rate of our country. So start it with a per product, and then of course meron tayong uh, solution or calculations to get the overall inflation rate of the economy. As you can see, we have increase here, especially inflation dun sa gas, no? And we also seen some negative value. So kapag negative value, ano tawag natin dyan? Opposite na inflation, no? So hindi naman lahat ng time natin is nag-increase yung price, but yun yung pinaka-general concept. Pero may mga specific product na negative yung inflation, which is tinatawag nating deflation. So, ito yung mga basis na to, pwede, na, pwede nating magamit yung positive inflation or negative inflation to solve for the cost of the commodity uh, in the future, na dapat yung assumption natin hindi siya magbabago kasi very dynamic yung inflation natin. So, depende dun sa economy, dun sa situation ng supply natin, supply versus demand. So, yun, nagbabari ng significantly or in a rapid yung changes ng inflation values natin all throughout the year or uh, all throughout the world. No? So, yun, all throughout the year, all throughout the world. So, rapid yung change ng mga values ng mga commodities natin. Now, going back to our analysis of inflation effect to our values. So, of course, we need to acknowledge yung inflation rate, or we need to define what is inflation rate, which we can designate as F. So inflation rate, it is a measure of the rate, percent, or annual basis of change in the value of currency. So sabi dito, if your saving account or interest rate is equal to the inflation rate, you have no gain in purchasing power. So, paano natin isipin yan? So, say for example, nag-invest ka sa bank na merong 1% interest rate na in-offer, so savings, and then yung inflation din ng economy natin, so we also have 1% inflation rate. So, according to this rule or idea, wala kang magigain. Kasi, halimbawa, after 1 year, kailangan may nagain ka na 1 plus I or 1 plus 0.10%. And because of yung effect ng inflation which diminish your purchasing capacity, so yan, so diminish your purchasing capacity. So more of like, ano siya, kailangan i-divide dun sa maging future worth mo. So, kapag same kayo na 1 plus F, 0.10, so wala kang magigain. Same, no? After 1 year, same lang yung makukuha mong value. Kung ano yung in-invest mo, and then pag nilabas mo, withdraw mo yung pera mo, and then yung interest rate of inflation rate dun sa market natin is 1% din. Then, yung value mo from year 0 to year 1 is just the same. So, yun yung effect ng inflation natin. So, ngayon, ano naman yung real interest rate? So, ito, of course, yung ginagamit natin na I. It is the real interest rate. So, rate at which interest is earned when the effect of inflation is removed. So, it represents the actual gain in purchasing power. Now, to consider the effect of the interest rate, so some of the banks adjust the interest rate na ino-offer nila. So, say for example, yung inflation rate ng economy natin is F. So, para kahit papaano, meron kang magigain doon sa sinisave mo sa bank. So, ina-adjust ng mga banks yung interest rate offer nila. So, tinatawag natin yung rate na to as inflation adjusted interest rate, wherein the formula is just equal sa I plus yung inflation rate plus yung product ng I and F. So, in that way, kahit pa paano, after some time, may magiging ka even though nag-increase din yung inflation rate doon sa economy natin. So we have some example here. So we need to solve for, say for example, we have a man na naman. So a man invested 10,000 at an interest rate of 10% compounded annually. So what will be the final amount of his investment in terms of today's pesos after 5 years if the inflation remains the same at the rate of 8% per year. So, dalawa yung rate na binigay dito, yung interest rate compounded annually na ininvest mo nun sa bank, and then yung 8% na effect ng inflation. Now, to solve this problem, unahin muna natin gawin is to get the value of your 10,000 after 5 years. So, in that way, we can solve for the effect of the interest rate first after 5 years. So using our formula for compound interest, we can solve for the future worth of this 10,000 of investment after 5 years. So what we have here is 10,000, then 1 plus I raised to 5 since this is just a compounded annually. So times 1 lang yung ano natin M. And straightforward, using our calculator, we can get a value of 16,105.1. Now, we need to get the value of this money. Babalik tayo ulit sa now. So, sa year 0. So, ano ba yung value nito ng 16,000 today? So, ngayon, we need to solve that value. So, to consider the effect of inflation rate, ang gagawin natin, yung future worth na to, kailangan natin kunin yung magiging present cost nito ngayon. So, ano na ba yung equivalent nito ngayon? So, using the effect of the inflation rate, so gagawin natin dito, yung future worth natin, 16,105, and then using the formula for inflation na 1 plus F raised to negative 5. Kasi nga, given tayo ng future worth, and we need to solve for the present cost. So, ngayon, using your calculator, we can get a value of 10,960.79. So ano yung take-away natin dito, no? So, what we have here, 16,105 yung in-expect natin after 5 years dun sa savings natin. But 5 years from now, we will have only 10,960 value of today. So, ano yung ibig sabihin yan? So, yung ibig sabihin yan, class, halimbawa, may binili kayong grocery in the future, 16,105, and because of inflation rate na 8%, sobrang taas niyan, yung actual value nun is just 10,000 of 960 today. So, in the future, 6,105, di ba? And then 10,960 na lang siya today. So, kung mapapansin mo, parang yung mga kwento yan dati, no, na yung 5,000 mo dati, yung 1,000 mo dati, madami ka nang mabibili as compared dun sa mabibili mo sa 1,000 ngayon. So, parang ganun lang din yung definition niya. So, say for example, so na-diminish na yung value ng yung money after 5 years because of the inflation that we have in our economy. So, parang ganun lang. Kung isipin natin, yung laman ng ano natin, yung, halimbawa, nag-grocery ka ngayon, worth of 10,960, napuno mo yung isang box na yun sa grocery. So, isang grocery box natin or grocery basket na puno yun, and then yung worth niya is 10,960. But after 5 years, para mapuno mo lang yung box na yun, kailangan mo ng 6,105. So, yun yung parang idea about the effect of the inflation even though nag-invest tayo. So, ano ba yung mas okay? Gastusin na lang natin yung pera ngayon kasi mas valuable naman siya. So, may ganung concept kasi because of the inflation, di ba? But, of course, we need to consider also na yung value of the money in the future, kailangan sinisave natin. So, dapat nag-i-earn ka, mas okay din na nilalagay natin sa bank. Pero yung bank offer kasi, hindi naman sobrang taas yung interest rate. I mean, actually sobrang taas ng 10%, but in reality, nasa mga 0.001% lang yung mga nakukuha nating saving interest. And then, sobrang taas ng pag-increase ng inflation as compared dun sa in-offer ng mga banks. But there are some banks that consider, of course, the effect of inflation. Okay, so some more problems. We have here example 15 and example 16. So, unahin na muna natin yung example 15. So, example 15, provided naman yung solution. So, say for example, we have a 2,500. The price of this, ito, yung isang basket ng groceries is worth 2,500 today. And because of the inflation, what will be its price after 15 years? So, using our formula of FC, future cost is equal to present cost of the commodity 1 plus F raised to N is equal to 2,500 plus 1.0 raised to 15. In order for you to mapuno yung ano na to, yung basket natin 15 years from now, kailangan mo na ng 3,894.92, hindi lang 2,500 because of the 3% inflation rate. Now, to follow up the question, the first question, say for example, nag-save ka ng 2,500 today, how many basket of that food you can purchase 15 years from now if the market interest rate is 7%? So, binabayaran yung savings mo na 2,500 ng 7% per year. So, how many basket of the future cost can be purchased by your 2,500 7% investment after 15 years? So, using the formula of compound interest, so 2,500 and then 1 plus 0.07 raised to 15. So, after 15 years, yung 2,500 mo, magiging na siyang 6,897.58. Pero kung 0,3 yan, class, 0.3 yung in-offer din ng percent, wala ka na gain. 3.8 din to. So, automatic 1 yung makukuha mo. Pero since ang nakuha natin, ang ginamit natin 7% yung in-offer is mas mataas dun sa inflation rate, hindi sila the same, meron kang 6,897 after 15 years. Na ngayon, yung future cost, di ba, ng isang basket na to is 3,800. Ilan yung mabibili mo niyan? Ang gagawin lang natin is just get this value and then divide natin yung FC na 3.8. Ito yung makukuha mo is 1.77 times the basket. So, hindi pa din nakapuno ng dalawa, no? So, although meron kang 2.5, 1.77. So, meron nga isa nito, bawasan mo na lang ng onte. So, yun, equivalent na siya. So, makakakuha ka ng 1.77 basket. Pero, kapag ang value ng investment mo is just 3%, ang makukuha mo lang dito is 3,800. So, 3,800, divide mo na 3.8, 1. So, same lang yung makukuha mo. You have not gained something, pero hindi naman sobra less yung nakuha mo. So, it's much important na sinave mo yung money mo at 7% investment rate. Pag hindi mo siya so stick ka pa din sa 2,500. So, yung 2,500 mo na pera, yun pa din yung pera mo after 15 years. So, yung future value ng product natin is 3.8. So, 2.5 over 3.8, nasa less than 1 na lang yung ng basket, yung ng quantity ng basket, yung mabibili mo. So, hindi ka na makakapuno ng isang basket kapag same value ng amount ng money yung gagamitin mo after 15 years. So, yun yung concept natin na inflation. So, for the last problem, some additional problem for inflation. Say, for example, we have an item that costs 5,000 now is expected to experience 4% per year price inflation during the next several years. So, what is the expected cost in 5 years? So, if your investment must produce a real interest rate of 10%, what is the inflation adjusted interest rate that they should earn to achieve this? And third one, how much should be invested today to purchase the amount in 5 years? So for our first requirement na kailangan natin solve for this problem, we need to solve for the future cost of this item 5 years from now. So using our formula of FCPC 1 plus the inflation rate raised to n, 5,000 1 plus 0.04 raised to 5, and the future cost of that item is now 6,083.26 after 5 years. Now, to solve for the adjusted inflation interest rate, our formula for this one is just I, the real interest rate, plus F, plus IF. So, meron naman tayong given sa problem na real interest rate na 0.10 and then yung inflation rate natin is 0.04. So, i-add lang natin yung product ng dalawa, we can get a value of 14.4%. So, this is automatically, naging na siyang percent. So, 1.144 siya, but times natin ng 100%, so 14.4%. Now, what is the invested today to purchase the item? So, magkano dapat yung i-invest natin today para makabili tayo ng 6,000? I mean, mabili natin yung 5,000 peso worth na item ngayon, pero in the future, worth of 6,000 na yung product. So, we let DF as, we let 6,083.26 as our F, and then yung N, of course, 5 years. And ang gagamitin natin is yung adjusted inflation rate, inflation adjusted interest rate na 0.144. Now, ang value or yung amount ng principal na kailangan natin na i-save today para in the future, 5 years from now, mabibili pa din natin yung product na yon. Ang formula na gagamitin natin is we need to solve for the P. So, P given F. So, P given F, kapag ganyan, ang exponent natin dyan is negative N. So, P given F, 6,083.26, 1 plus 0.144 raised to negative 5. So, the total value is 3,104.60. I'm going to provide you the handout with this equations, calculations na na-present na for you to study this at your own pace, at your own comfort, and order for you and then yung hour section na makasabay dun sa ibang section kasi lugi na yung pang Monday class natin. So, madami ng suspension, madami na tayong time na schedule na dapat nagle-lecture tayo. So, natanggal na yun sa course plan natin. So, dapat para makasabay tayo dun sa course plan natin and makasabay tayo sa mga quiz ng ibang section, kailangan natin mag-double time maghabol and use your free time to study this topic as well aside from your other major subject. So, I want you to cooperate and we need to work hand in hand para at least in my part, I'm giving you all the necessary materials, resources for you to study so that your learning for this subject is still continuous lang. So, ganun. So I think that's it muna for today and I'm going to next week we're going to discuss annuity but I also have recorded video here so if you want to study it in advance so that by Wednesday we can only discuss for the calculations because we only have 1 hour. So we have a lot of those. So siguro yung mga first part, bilisan na lang natin and then yung mga additional part, kailangan natin ma-solve. So by Monday, we can still continue those topics and then continue na din tayo sa lecture 3 so that by Wednesday, pwede na kayong mag-quiz no? Wednesday next week, not this week because we will still have some lecture that we need to tackle. Okay, so I think that's it muna for today and I hope you're safe, you're doing good, you're doing well, and you're doing great with other subjects. Yan, nilagay ko na lahat. So, that's it for now. So, thank you, class.